So for today's video, I want to show you my daily Japanese study routine. Since I graduated Japanese language school, I'm not really at the level that I want to be at yet. I can understand most conversations, but I can barely participate in them, which is a really big frustration for me. So I hope that by studying a little bit every day and practicing a little bit with my boyfriend as well, that I can improve and eventually I can use Japanese for work. So without further ado, let's get into this week's video. So I normally start off studying Japanese by practicing shadowing, and if you guys don't know, shadowing is a technique where you copy a native speaker say something in the language that you're studying and you do your best to perfect how they say it, just so that when you actually talk in Japanese or in the language that you're studying, it'll sound more natural and less weird and easier to understand, I guess, for a native speaker or whoever you're going to talk to in that language. So I found a book and it's called Shadowing. I can link everything down in the description box below, so don't worry about that. And yeah, that's basically how I started off. So I do use an iPad and I keep all my notes in here. This is the iPad 2017 version if I'm not mistaken, and it's a 10.5 inch. I find that it's much better than bringing a lot of notebooks because I like to write a lot, and when you buy too many notebooks, your bag gets extremely heavy and it's just impractical for me to do. So yeah, I just have this iPad, I bought an Apple Pencil, and yeah, let's get started with the shadowing. So I normally shadow maybe around 10 times until I'm comfortable with the sentences, and then I move on to the next part of my routine. Maybe I can insert some sound clips, and please don't laugh at me. I have it on my laptop. I use a really old MacBook. It's from 2013, and I have my iPad. So the iPad has the conversation, and I use my laptop to play the recording.
Unit 1 Section 1 早く片付けなさい。
After I finish shadowing, I go in with my vocabulary or my kanji. Either one is okay. Normally I go in with my kanji first. If you guys are wondering which book I'm using the Nihongo Somatome book. I'm using it for kanji and vocabulary. For grammar, I have this Try N2 book which my school was selling before I graduated, and I was like, it's cool, I'll just try it. So yeah, that's what I did. I bought it. And every day I try to copy what my school does, and we do around 2 or 3 grammar points each day. If I don't understand something, I either look it up on the internet, or when my boyfriend comes home, I ask him what it means and I ask him to help me make some sample sentences, and until I really get it, that's when I can move on. So yeah. Right now I'm going to go in with my vocabulary, so that's what I do. If you guys are wondering how many vocabulary words I learn in a day, I just copy and write down the ones per chapter, because it's somatome. It helps you prepare for the N2 in about 6 weeks, and it divides the 6 weeks into days of the week. So per day of the week you have a set number of vocabulary to learn, and that's what I'm doing, because I feel like if I just go in with so many like lists of grammar or vocabulary or kanji, I get so overwhelmed. So the way somatome breaks it down makes it really easy for me to digest, because had it been like an overwhelming amount of information, I would just freeze and I wouldn't use any of it and nothing would stick in my head. So yeah, if you guys are asking what note app I use the Good Notes app. I bought it on the App Store and it wasn't too expensive. And what I like about the Good Notes app is that you can change the kind of paper that you're going to use per notebook. So over here I have folders per level. So this is my N2 folder. It has my grammar, vocabulary, kanji, and some practice. And yeah, I just go through this. What I really like is, again, you can change the format of the paper. So I'm not sure if it registers, but yeah, the paper is squared and in grids, so it's easier for me to write. My handwriting is terrible, so this is really helpful for me. After that, I go in with my grammar. Like I said, I do about 2 or 3 grammar points each day. I make sure I really understand it, and I feel like by breaking it down to 2 to 3 each day, it makes it easier for you to understand, and it challenges you to use it because you only memorize like 2 or 3, so you can definitely try worming it into a conversation. So that's basically my study routine, but I will go in depth more. I'll change the camera angle a little bit. After that, I like to reward myself by watching a J-drama. Currently, today, I'm about to start watching Rich Man, Poor Woman, which I know was a huge hit in the mid-2000s. But here I am, watching it for the first time in 2020. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video, and if I have any other tips or whatever, I'm going to do them in a voiceover. So yeah, let's get studying, guys. Hi, I'm back again. So basically, why I like using an iPad is that it helps me zoom in and really see the character for how it looks like. I have terrible eyesight, so it's essential for me to see how the character is really written. And I like rewriting and rewriting my notes again and again. And I find that the iPad helps me save a lot of paper as well as a lot of money because it prevents me from buying notebooks over and over and over again, as well as pens. I run through them pretty quickly. And what I like to do, my technique for studying vocabulary and kanji, is that I write the main character or the word with its kanji in red, and then I go through it again and write the furigana in pink, and I use blue ink for the translation in English. And I've been doing this method ever since my friend Eri taught me about it. I actually didn't know that it would be much more effective to color coordinate your notes rather than just have it all in one color. But yeah, I have my friend Eri to thank because prior to that, I just did not know at all. And I feel like it's really leveled up my studying method. And yeah, if you're watching Eri, thank you so much for that study tip. It really helped. With grammar, like I mentioned earlier, I use try N2 and I go in with 2 or 3 grammar points every day, and as intimidating as it is because I know that N2 is quite a high level, I just decide to push through it. Actually, prior to deciding on pushing through with N2, my friend Cindy was asking me like why I had to keep going back to review N4 and N3 topics, and I just didn't feel confident at all. But then I think she made some really good points, so that's why now I'm just going to push through and study with N2 and review the necessary grammar points if I ever get confused with something from N3 or N4. So yeah, that's basically what I do. I just write the grammar points, I write the sample sentences, I try to make my own, and then when my boyfriend comes home, I have him check if what I wrote was correct. And most of the time it's not, but it's good that he's there so he can really tell me if I made it accurate or not. I like to end each study session with watching a few episodes of J-dramas just because it's a really nice passive way to learn new vocabulary and also good listening practice, I guess. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you in my next video. So until then, take care. Bye guys!